Church. I am Vicky, and once again I am in a different home of a family, from church, but exciting news today. We don't have one person or one family involved, we have two families involved. And the exciting way we're going to tell you who we're with is we have someone hidden in a chair, and we're going to do like a magical spin around to see who they are. Are you ready? Introduce yourself.
I'm Kai.
Kai, and how old are you, Kai?
9.
9. Gosh. Tell us something about yourself, Kai.
I like chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, and evidently now are you wearing an Arsenal shirt because you like Arsenal, or
I support them.
you support Arsenal? Is that a good thing right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch football too much. Type in the box. Which football team do you support? Right, next person. I'm just going to block the screen. Okay, next person is... Tell us your name.
Ethan.
Ethan, how old are you?
9.
9 years old. And tell us something about yourself, Ethan.
I like football.
You like football too? What team do you support?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Woo! Wow. That's Karen. Well, we've got an exciting house full today. Brilliant. Well, am I on screen?
Yes.
Having to bend down. Abigail is in control of the recording today. This is going to be fun. Welcome to Kids Church. First up, we have a special challenge between the boys. So, this week we haven't got art and craft and neither the art, but instead we are going to do challenge time. So we're going to do 2 challenges this morning with the boys. Get your fingers ready to type down who you think might win. So this game, lads, is basically connect 4, but you have to bounce the balls into the holes. So it's a bit tricky. First person to get 4 of their colours in a row, so it can be across, up and down or diagonal, wins the game. Kai, you might need to turn around so that you're facing your bouncies. So if you come and sit here, let's all move. I'm going to get off screen. Right, get ready to think about who you think is going to be able to win this. Boys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to turn it so it completely faces you both? Because it's a bit angled there. That's good. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. You try it. Can it bounce?
No.
Oh no. We've only played this on a table. Can you tell where it bounces? Okay, winner gets the first one to get one in. Hey! See how many you can get in. Wait, well, yeah, nearly. Oh! There's one more. You can try one more. See if you can get 3 in. Oh! That was trickier than we thought.
Oh, I found one.
Our test run, I have to admit, was on the table, so
How do I get it out?
don't worry, we'll pull it down in a minute. Right, game number 2. The first one is going to be me versus Mary.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh no. Go on, Mary!
I actually think Mary's gonna win.
Mary, run.
Go on, Mary.
No!
You won.
Oh.
It's enough to make you choke.
Just gonna
Woo! Okay, boys, you're up. Do you want to stand up?
Yeah. I just go.
Right, buy one each. It's quite hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, especially when it goes straight down your throat. Yes. Right, Abby, you on, boys?
Yep.
Right, next each other. Are you ready? Make sure you put down who you think's going to win now. Ooh, 3, 2, 1, go. That's it. It's like the hardest spaghetti ever. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that
Really?
sounds
Look at
disgusting.
that.
Oh my God.
One win each. Okay,
Mum.
who wants to go up against Abs? Do you want another go each?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, look at this skill. Skill, skill, skill. Oh!
I thought that was a draw.
A draw, was it, Mary?
Yeah.
Mary says a draw.
You need a rematch.
No, very much. Okay, folks, that was the end of challenge time, and now,
I
well,
didn't even chew it. I just got it out.
wonderful. Right, boys, thank you for your challenge. Yeah? Now it's time for stories with Mary.
Pony.
No. Stories with Mary? No? All right,
No.
stories with Granny Macaulay.
Good morning. It's story time with Granny Macaulay.
It's story time with Granny Macaulay. It's story time with Granny Macaulay.
Good morning. It's Granny McFolin again.
Good morning, everybody. Granny Macaulay here for story time. Now, you'll never believe this, but we've actually recorded this once before, and silly old Abigail recorded us in fast forward. So we're all going, but you can't hear a word we're saying, so we're having to do it all over again. Isn't that delightful?
Yes, it is.
Anywho, what I had said originally is I've been put in this rather funny swivelly chair that I'm probably not going to get out of without some form of shoehorn or
Walking stick.
lift. It's all right. Kieran's here. He's very strong. He does a lot of gardening. He can lift me out, no doubt. And whose chair is this?
Ethan's.
Ethan's chair. What do you do in this chair? Do you play in it, or is it for telly, or do you get to look at the TV one moment and then swivel round? Do you do it to block your mum so you don't have to listen to her? I'm not listening anymore.
Anything.
Anything. Well, wouldn't you like to have a chair that you can do anything in? How wonderful. So, Ethan and Kai. That's who we're doing Kids Church with today. Isn't that lovely? We've not seen these two, I don't think, in the whole of Kids Church. So how has lockdown been for you boys?
Good. Okay.
Okay. Are you glad to be back at school?
Yeah. No.
Oh, mixed opinions here. Ethan, why do you like being back at school?
I get to see my friends.
Seeing your friends. I can see that being a good thing. Kai, why would you not like to be at school?
Work.
What?
I'm waking up at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yes, early mornings. Well, when you get to my age, 116, you wake up at 4 a.m. every morning, have a cup of tea, and maybe a slice of toast. Do all the housework. Not that I have much of that to do. Prepare your vegetables for your evening meal, and everything is done by 7 a.m. What time do you get up, Mary?
6.
6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, don't worry, it's mine. We always have a phone going off in Kids Church. We're just all so busy. Anywho. Yes, so Kids Church at the moment is all online. But we've got some exciting things happening, folks. Just a little plug. If you haven't already heard about our exciting nativity plans, and your parents haven't videoed, what a silly word. If your parents haven't emailed Vicky or Debbie about Kids Church on Tour Nativity, make sure they do, because we're going to start recording next week. And we're very, very excited. So today, we are going to be looking at a New Testament story about how Jesus chose his disciples. Now, anyone know what a disciple is? Go on.
A follower of Jesus.
A follower of Jesus. That is a wonderful answer. And anyone, look at this, we're going to have all the answers now. Anyone tell me or can give me an example of who a disciple was?
Christian.
Christians, people who believe in Jesus. Look at this, they're so very clever. So here is the story. Jesus began to tell people about God. He knew he had a lot of work to do, and he went to find some helpers. As Jesus was walking along the seashore, he saw some fishermen. Jesus called to them, "Come and follow me. I will make you fishers of people." Fishers of people. What does that mean? Does anyone know? What do you think it means?
They go fishing.
They go fish. Well, they are definitely fishermen, aren't they? Fishers of people. Do you think that means they put the nets out and they catch people?
No.
They go into the water and hope to catch someone in a net,
No.
like a busy beach.
No.
No?
They probably jump in there and get a fish.
They jump in and get fish. Well, the picture definitely shows these particular fishermen getting fish. But I think what they mean when they say fishers of people, he wants them to leave the actual fish in the sea, and he wants them to come with him and help people to become Christians, help them to follow Jesus. So instead of catching fish, he wants them to catch people, but not with nets, folks. If you want to help a friend to become a Christian, don't go and get a net and put a net over their head and drag them to church. I don't think that is going to work. I might have to put a net over Mary's head every so often, just to bring her out for a cup of tea. Mary's one of my lovely ladies. She helps me out. She reads to me. She helps me knit. I'm very old, you know. I need a lot of help. Anywho, this picture in particular, I do like this Bible. The pictures are very silly. Look, look. I know I've already shown you this, boys, but we're going to do it again. Here is a man with a funny beard. Oh, good, they laughed again, because they laughed first time, and I was worried that we wouldn't laugh a second time, because we've already seen these silly beards. But, yes, the illustrator has done a very funny picture of men and their beards. Oh, she's going to show us. Last week there was a picture that looked like Jacob as an adult. That's my great-great-grandson. Great-great-great-grandson. I don't remember.
That's your husband, isn't it?
Jacob?
No.
He's my great-great-great-grandson. Okay. I think she's shown you now. Yes, funny beard. Anyway, Jesus. Oh, that's it. So Jesus told these fishermen to become fishers of men. Right away, so they didn't wait. They left their boats and followed Jesus. Their names were. Can we? James was one of them. Well done. John.
Another James.
Matthew.
Andrew. Thomas.
Look at this. Look at all these disciple names. So the fishermen were Peter, Andrew, James, and John. And then Mary mentioned a good name. What name did you just say?
Matthew.
Matthew. Oh, Matthew. And Matthew's mentioned here. It says later Jesus met a tax collector named Matthew. Now, boys, because we already talked about this, can you remember what a tax collector does?
I forgot to.
You forgot. Oh.
Is
He
it
collects. What does he collect?
taxes?
Taxes. And what is that? Bananas?
No.
Sweets?
Money.
Money! That's correct. He collected money from people. Tax. We all have to pay
Collects
joyous
gold.
tax. And Matthew left his job to go and follow Jesus. And folks, what that shows us is that anybody can be a follower of Jesus. Because, tax collectors weren't really the most popular people back then. And in fact, they're not really the most popular people now. But we can all be followers of Jesus. We must not judge. Jesus chose some more people. So here's a lot of names for you guys if you want to know them. Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, another James, very popular name, Thaddeus, Simon, and Judas. So there were 12 disciples with Jesus. Yes, and they all stayed with him until he was killed on the cross, apart from one of them. Does anyone remember that name when we talk about Easter story?
John.
Not John. One of the disciples went and unfortunately betrayed Jesus. It began with a J.
Judas.
Judas. Yes, Abigail, the question wasn't directed at you, but well done. That is correct. It is.
Yeah.
That's correct. So Jesus now had 12 followers. He called them his disciples and he taught them about God's love. Now, when this happened, Jesus he was alive, so he was talking about God and about what was going to happen, but he hadn't actually died. So when Jesus died on the cross and he took away all of our sin and we were able to have this wonderful relationship with God, how many followers do you think there are now of Jesus? Are there still 12?
No.
1,200?
A million.
A million?
5,000.
5,000?
A trillion.
A trillion?
A gazillion.
One.
Do you know, I genuinely don't know how many followers of Jesus there
I know.
4.
Looked up on the internet.
are. Oh, really?
There's one.
Oh, dear. She's such a silly sausage.
And that's
isn't she?
me.
You're the only follower of Jesus, are you, Abigail? Well, I don't think that's true.
I'm a follower.
You're a follower of Jesus, are you?
No, it's
You're a follower of
Nino.
Jesus.
Mum.
She's
Mary, are you a
wrong.
follower of Jesus? I'm also a follower of Jesus.
She's wrong.
What did you say, Abigail?
4.
I hope it wasn't rude. What? Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to, I don't know what she's on about. I tell you folks, we won't be using Abigail as a recording device in future. I tell you.
She's
making
useless.
a muddle of our kids' church, she is today. So anywho, it's very exciting. We're all followers of Jesus, and the question is, are you a follower of Jesus? Or do you know how to be a follower of Jesus? What does it even mean? Well, that might be for another kids' church, but for now, to be a follower of Jesus, what we say is that you have to believe in Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit. You have to believe with your whole heart that Jesus died on a cross to take away our sin, to give us a relationship with God. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but will have eternal life. And that means we can go to heaven and live with God because God sent his Son Jesus to die for us. So folks, if you are a follower of Jesus or you want to be one, you just have to pray to God and say, "Dear God, I am sorry for all of the wrong things that I have done, all of the silly bad things, and please forgive me. And thank you for sending Jesus to die on a cross for me. Please come into my life and help me to follow you." Amen. Amen. So, that might be something to talk to your parents about if you're thinking, am I a follower of Jesus? Do I want to be a follower of Jesus? What a wonderful question to ask, and what a wonderful conversation to have with your parents. I remember saying that prayer when I was 9 years old. That's how old I was when I prayed that prayer for myself. So, you don't have to be a grown-up to be a follower of Jesus, not at all. Jesus loves children. Granny Macaulay loves children. Mary loves children.
Yes.
Sometimes. I'm sure sometimes they're a bit silly, challenging.
Yes.
Well, that's the joy of motherhood, that is. And fatherhood, actually. And actually brothers and sisters, too. I bet your brother can be a bit challenging sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Guy, do you
Don't
have
get me
siblings?
involved.
Yes, I have a sister, 2 brothers.
Sister and 2 brothers. And do you get on well?
Kinda.
Oh, you see? Even when we sometimes struggle with each other, we know that Jesus is always there for us. Anywho, what a wonderful kids' church today. Thank you for story time again. And we'll see you next week for more kids' church. Bye.
Bye.
Journey down a narrow bumpy road. I'm going on a journey so I can run and roll. Reaching far and wide, and adventure I will find. And it's only having Jesus by my side. I'll be stretched so tall, I'm a wobble, wobble, wobble. It circles up and down around there. I must get much stronger, for I know I'm getting stronger. For it's only having Jesus as my friend. Journey and I'm heading outbound. I'm going on a journey of the moon shaking crown. But I'm sinking sand, but I'm solid rock I stand. And it's only having Jesus hold my hand. I will be stretched so tall, I might wobble but I won't fall. It circles up and down around there. Step by step, I'm the stronger for it. I'm going on a journey to discover eternal sunshine. When I reach the high side, so you know Jesus in my life. I'll be stretched so tall that my bubble won't fall. In circles up and down around the bend. Step by step, I'm much longer, for I know I'm getting stronger. Having Jesus as my friend.
Everybody clap your hands now. You're doing a great job. Keep going. Sing along with me now. You ready?
I'm going on a journey. I'm going on a journey. I'm going on a journey. Yeah! I'm going on a journey. I'm going on a journey. I'm going on a journey.
Take it away.
On a journey down a mountain bumpy road. I'm going on a journey so I can run. Searching far and wide on an adventure I will find. And it's only having Jesus at my side. I'm stretched so tall I'm a bubble I will fall. Circles up and down around the bend. I'm a step, I'm much longer, for I know I'm getting stronger. Having Jesus as my friend. I'm stretched so tall, I might wobble but I won't fall. It circles down and round around the bend. I'm a step, I'm much longer, for I know I'm getting stronger. It's only having Jesus as my friend. Step by step, I'm much longer, for I know I'm getting stronger. It's only having Jesus as my friend. Step by step, I'm much longer, for I know I'm getting stronger. It's only having Jesus as my friend. Yeah!
Well, folks, that's the end of Kids Church yet again, and it's the time. You know what time it is. Quiz time. Get your fingers ready. Get ready to type your answers. So, a few people involved in Kids Church this week. Very, very exciting. It was great. Can you tell me who was involved in Kids Church today? What were the names of the 4 children who were involved in Kids Church? And we're not counting Kieran, because technically he wasn't involved, and we're not counting Abby, because she shouldn't have been involved either. So we're thinking about the 2 boys who were involved in Granny's story and the 2 girls who did our dancing. Can you name all 4 of them? Oh, I have a dog. Hello, buddy. Oh, he's joining me for quiz time. Oh, there we are. He's back. Okay, the answer is the boys were Ethan and Kai and the girls were Faith and Rita. Oh, and weren't they all brilliant today? Okay, question number 2. What colour was the cowboy hat that Faith was wearing? So what colour cowboy hat was she wearing? Oh, you want a scratch? Want a scratch? Oh, look, you can all look at Buddy whilst we're doing a quiz. Oh, he's having a yawn. What colour, what colour, what colour? It was red. A red hat. Okay. Who won out of the boys when they played the bouncy ball game, which didn't, the bouncy ball game where the balls didn't bounce and they had to throw them? Who won the game? It was meant to be getting 4 in a row, but in the end it was who could get the most balls in, because actually it was quite tricky. Can you remember when I give the dog a little rub? Have a think. You've got the choice of 2 names. Which one was it? It was Kai. Okie dokie. Next question. Jesus chose Matthew to be one of his disciples. What job did Matthew have before he became a disciple? Can you remember? you remember? Oh, he's sniffing my knee. Buddy, don't do that. Oh, you're a funny dog. Right, Matthew was a tax collector. Okay, next question. Mary played the Strawberry Laces game with Vicky. Who won out of those two? I'd like to say it's a tricky answer, but it's really not. Was it Mary or Vicky? Type your answers, folks. It was me. Okay, so for some reason my recording stopped, which meant that this next question we already did, and it was quite funny because Rich and I couldn't get the answers right. But now I have the answers with me. I'll get it right. Can you write as many of the 12 disciples down as possible that you can remember? So there's quite a lot of disciples, 12 of them. 2 of them have the same name. So give it a go. See how many you can write. So if this helps, we know there are 4 fishermen, 1 tax collector. Then we mentioned one of them having the same name. There's the man who betrayed Jesus. There's the doubter. There's the 2 strange names. And then there's a couple of other ones that don't get mentioned very often. So you have to try and remember them. Right, so let's try and do this. Again, I'm going to try and do it without my Bible. We have Peter, James, John, and Andrew, Matthew, another James, that's 6, Philip, 7, Bartholomew, 8, Thaddeus, 9, Simon, 10. No, still can't do it. And that's with me trying to even memorise the pictures. Right, I'm going back, folks. I'm going back through my Bible. We've got... We'll see who I was right with. We have Peter, Andrew, James and John. That's 4. Matthew, 5. Philip, 6. Bartholomew, 7. Thomas, the doubter, 8. James, 9. Thaddeus, 10. Simon, 11. Judas, 12. I wasn't far off. How many did you get? I'm well impressed if you got more than like 2, because, you know, there were a lot of names to remember. So well done. Okay, next question. What were the colour balls that we used in the game? So we had 2 colours. What were they? And in fact, extra point if you can remember who had which colour. Can you remember? 2 colours. They were... And don't forget, if you don't write the answers, you can always put the emoji or a colour something. They were orange and green, and Kai had green, and Ethan had orange. Okay, last question. Fishermen. So Jesus, there were 4 fishermen that were mentioned in the story, and Jesus called them. He called them and said that they weren't going to be fishermen of fish anymore. What were they going to be fishers of? Can you remember? Fishers of what? Octopuses? Animals? Fishers of men. Men. Well done, everybody. That is the end of Kids Church today. Massive thank you. And how brilliant was it that we managed to see some new people today? People we haven't seen since we haven't met in church for like over half a year. We got to see Ethan and Kai, and so pleased we got to see Mary. That was also very exciting. And wonderful to have Rita. We haven't seen Rita either, dancing away with Faith, who we have seen a bit of, but it's so wonderful to see Faith again. So huge thank you to everybody who was involved today. Again, thanks to Granny McColey and her stories. And one little announcement to you if you don't know already. we are beginning to record the nativity. I know, how mad, it's still October, but the excitement is we're doing a recording of the nativity. So we want to record different people in their homes dressed up as different characters doing different bits, and then we're going to put it all together as a film that we can show during Christmas to everybody at church. Wouldn't that be amazing? So some of your parents have already got back to me to say they want to be involved, and I'm coming to some of your houses this week to record. If you're not sure if you're involved or you want to find out, ask your parents, and if they're not sure, get them to email me or Debbie, and we can get them sorted out so that you can be involved too, because we'd love everybody to be involved in the nativity this year. Have a fantastic week. We will be back next Sunday with more granny stories, some more arts and craft with Nadia, and another family from church that we haven't seen yet during Kids on Tour. So that will be very exciting too. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful half term, everybody.